Basketball.
It's time to strap in and get ready. The Insight NBA team is in the arena, bringing you the ultimate play-by-play on who's hot and who's not to help you win your leagues and dominate your mates. You're now hooping with your hosts, Matty G, Skitty, and Mally for the Insight NBA show.
G'day everyone and welcome to the Insight NBA show. I'm your host, Matty G. We are here for a good time, not a long time. I counted them up. There is over 30 players that I am going to mention that make the must-adds list, or the people you want to get on that watch list. You just want to watch them. And that's fueled not only by my list, but my good friend Mally from Insight NBA. He's put down 10 guys that we're going to get to at the end. And before we get to it, like, you say which guys to get throughout the show. Sure. Here's some straight off the rip. And I'm going to give these to you straight away, just so we're not just doing the BS thing. We've got Craigie in Atlanta, Jaden McDaniels from Minnesota, Dylan Brooks, Cam Whitmore in Houston, Max Christie, Rui Hachimura, injury dependent in LA for the Lakers. We've got Grayson Allen, Royce O'Neal, and Peyton Watson from Denver. Now, these are all names that you're going to hear a mention of. I go into more detail on the weekly preview show, but there you go, straight away. These guys have a schedule that's friendly. Now, we've got the first day out of it because let's be honest, Monday was an absolute corker. It was jam-packed. It was like clowns in a clown car. It's just, it's a Monday? Oh, there's 12 games, which is 24 teams of action we saw on Monday. Now, it doesn't get any better from Wednesday, and that's going to play a little bit into this must-add show today because this is a really good streaming week. If you look at your Tuesday, your Thursday, and your Friday, we go 4 games tomorrow, 5 on Thursday. We've got 7 on Friday, up to 9 on Saturday, and 5 again on Sunday. So a really 2 heavy volume days were Monday, and you're listening to this and it's about to be Tuesday in the States, Wednesday in Australia or other places around the world that are just a little bit behind us. So this is where you listen to this and you make the ad straight away. You get in quick because Wednesday is going to be a bit of a shuffle as well. Now, we are having some back-to-back sessions and all that kind of jazz, and we'll talk about back-to-back soon and how we can approach this week and make these must-add guys. And again, it really plays into the strategy of the week, and I'm going to run through that strategy really quickly here. But what we're looking for is quality games. We're looking to make ads where players play on these low volume days. Why? Because we can add them and not worry about them. We don't have to worry about that sit-start game. So let's just put Monday in a basket. It's done with. The next one we want to avoid, like a red flag, because it's a red day, is the 22 teams playing on Wednesday. So they're there. So we can really target this. Now, this is the good thing. There was no Sunday, Mondays to finish off the week, but to start Monday, Tuesday, a bunch of those teams and players I mentioned earlier were the Hawks, the Rockets, the Lakers, Bucks, and the Jazz. Tuesday and Wednesday, the Warriors and the 76ers. Now, we like that for a very particular reason. We're going to come back to the Warriors and the 76ers really soon because it's better. It's better than just a back-to-back set. It's better than that because Wednesday, Thursday, we've got the Cavs, the Timberwolves, and the Wizards. Now, Thursday and Friday, there are no back. It's a real bummer when you look at the schedule and you'd be like, oh, I can stream in and get an upper hand on my, like there's 5 and 7. Yeah, no, there's nothing there for you. So don't even worry about that one because then we're moving into the Friday and Saturday back-to-backs. Hornets, Nuggets, Suns, and Spurs because Saturday and Sunday, there are no back-to-backs. Now, that seems like bad news. You want to get one little sneaky 2-game ads, like 1 ad, 2 games, finish a week off. Great. The key here is to target the Friday and the Saturday. You target the Friday and the Saturday. You get as much as you can, and then maybe you have to drop 2 guys off in the car park, and you can free up the Sunday. So we get to that because Sunday and Monday, if you can finish strong, you got the Pistons, the Grizzlies, and the Bucks. Guys like Gary Trent Jr., there we go. Get him. Santi Aldama. 2 names. There's 2 names that you didn't even plan on mentioning on the bloody list. Tim Hardaway Jr. There's another one. Just throw that out there to finish a week really, really strong. So let's talk about this for a second and how we can work the wire this week and make the most of these ads. Let's do this. There's no team, and you're like, Matty, I'm just going to get a guy that plays on Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. Well, guess what? Like Dikembe says, no, not in my house, NBA. There are no teams that play this week on those low volume days to start the week. There is no Tuesday ad, there is no Thursday and Friday ad. So Tuesday, Thursday, Friday done. So you need to get a bit of a different kink in your think. Kink in your think this one. We've got two in 3 nights. Now these are the low volume days. These are the Tuesday and Thursday games because your Wednesday, if you make this ad, now the Hawks are on the back end of a back-to-back here as well, for example. So these teams, the 2 and 3, we're on the back-to-backs for these guys. We've got the Hawks, the Rockets, the Lakers. The Trailblazers aren't in that ballpark, but who is? The Jazz. The Jazz are on a back-to-back here, which is interesting because some guys are going to rest. Maybe Sexton rests, maybe he doesn't. John Collins will likely be resting. This is where we can get more minutes for Senzibar, a name I wasn't planning on mentioning. There's another one. But he's been picked up in a lot of leagues with John Collins resting and missing all these games lately, which is worrying because Collins was flying one of the absolute steals of the draft. But this is the worst fears coming true, and that's fair enough. Very soon, it's time to say goodbye, John Collins, just like the Jazz might, because he is a very big potential trade target for these guys. And we are going to do a show about potential trade moves. Like, we want to be on the pulse for that one. And we're going to bring that to you really soon as well. We're also going to bring you a whole bunch of gear, thanks to our good friends, the Standard Squeeze. I've got their hat on the head right now. I am sipping this deliciousness from my trusty 4-in-1, and you can use promo code IFS15 to make sure you get the most out of this. I'm just going to take a sip. You can hear the ice in there. It's actually cool. It's cool and delicious. Get it. It can keep your drinks warm. It can keep them cool and everything on in between. Let's get back to it here with that no. Like I said, the Hawks, the Rockets, the Lakers, the Jazz, the Trailblazers there. Here are the guys you want to put on the list. Craigie, we mentioned. We've got Wallace, who started today for Atlanta as well, with our old mate and good friend Trae Young being out here. So we're going to keep our eye on Trae Young in this injury for him. Dyson Daniels was out as well. It was only an 8-point loss to the Minnesota Timberwolves today. And look, let's be honest, Wallace did well. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I was actually really impressed with what I saw here. So if he misses times again, Keaton Wallace played a really cracking game for these guys. Also, Ricochet, he did well. Now, it was only 20 minutes for Ricochet, 11 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 steals, 4 from 13 from the floor. Again, the rookie inefficiencies exist for him. But in a deeper league, if you're looking for the points, if you're looking for the 2 steals, they're quite nice. The 3-pointers were there. He got a couple of those in. The 1 from 2 from the free throw line aren't going to be good, but he is an ad and he can have these spates, especially if he's going to get a runaway for minutes. We need to get players in our team that play minutes, and that's important. Dylan Brooks went off like a freaking Houston Rocket today. These guys getting a 2-point win over the defending champions, Boston Celtics. Brooksy Brooks goes for 36, 3 rebounds, 1 steal. He was 13 of 23 shots. This is on a day where Jalen Green sucked from the floor. This is where Fred VanVleet sucked from the floor. And he shot, by the way, Amen Thompson, not to just dispute him, he was insane today. But Dylan Brooks, 36 points today, including 10 threes made. 10 threes. The man was on freaking fuego. And he's available in a lot of spots. And he's going to provide, he's not going to do this every night. He's not going to go out there and get 10 threes a game. But he is an absolute grab for these 2 games. Tara Eason, Cam Whitmore, if he can come back into the lineup as well, is someone we want to watch that name of with the back-to-back sets coming up. Max Christie, Dorian Finney-Smith, and Jackson Hayes. Now, all these guys played reasonably well today. We've got Dalton Connect and Jared Vanderbilt as well. He's going to be able to get some minutes. Now, he played only 13 minutes. I don't know if he plays the back-to-back on Tuesday. That is, for me, the thing that I'm curious about. Dorian Finney-Smith got the start there. Vanderbilt, again, you drip him in there. He was 2 of 5, didn't get a 3, but the 2 steals in 13 minutes is sexy. And he did the same thing again against the Golden State Warriors in his return the other day. So here's a really nice little steal streamer that we can use right there. In Portland, DeAndre Ayton's chicanery. We've got Donovan Clingan and Robert Williams third, and Timoni Kamara is dropped and picked up, depending on his performance. He is an absolute ad. Pick him up. And Utah, Isaiah Collier and Filipowski are the guys there because I send Senzibar. We've got Senzibar. We've mentioned him already, but these are the ads we want to get for our Tuesday and Thursday. Because we can also then swing this waiver wire around and get 3 games in 4 nights between Tuesday and Friday. And now this is especially great because the Warriors don't play on the weekend. Guys like Pods are going to be absolutely huge. So the guys there are Podziemski, Anderson, and Moody for Philadelphia. Now, Philadelphia has got the injuries. Now, on Tuesday for Philadelphia, we know that Paul George is out again. So Paul George with his finger injury is going to be out. Now, this brings in a whole bunch of questions with who is going to get the minutes here. So let's have a look at the names that we can work through here and who's going to get it. Also, Joel Embiid is probably going to miss one of these games because there is a back-to-back set as well. This is where Gershon Yabusele, who in 29 minutes in their last game, didn't know he was 3 from 10 for the floor. Very underwhelming, 6, 6, and 4. But again, Yabusele is the ad we want to make for this big because he will start at the center and he has had some good games. Drummond's still going to be out for all accounts and purposes. What we're also looking for here is guys like even Boner, Reggie Jackson, we can get around. But Justin Edwards has performed well without Paul George in the lineup. And with Paul George being out this next game, it could be time to bring him in. Really impressed with Eric Gordon lately. 28 minutes last game, 13 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, a block, 4 from 9, fair, but 3 threes, and perfect from the line is a really nice little bump that you can get here. And that's really great for those 3 games and 4 nights. And that is Tuesday, and then towards that back end as well. So you're getting these guys when you absolutely need them and you're good. You're getting them for the Tuesday, you're getting them for the Thursday, and you're getting them for the Friday of that back-to-back set for this week. And that's what's really important here. You want to get those games and you really want to target them because, like I said, you just get them off your board. You get them in there, and between these games on Tuesday and Friday, you've got 3 games you can make advantage of. Now, yes, this does include the really heavy game day as well. So this does include Wednesday. So this is the heavy game day. But if you can make an ad worth it, are you dropping your worst person? Because you're getting 3 games. You're getting Tuesday. Do you have a roster spot potentially, even with 22 teams playing, that isn't full? And if not, brilliant. You stream the back-to-back Tuesday into the Wednesday. Great. You get that Thursday off. You pick them up on the Friday. If you've got a second streaming spot, that's where you can use that Thursday, Friday. And that's maybe where you can get a little bit of action on that Thursday and Friday, because we do know that there are those teams for the Thursday, Friday back-to-backs. Like we said, we get the Tuesday, Wednesday from them. The Thursday, Friday, there's none. So this is where you can get that cheeky pickup because, again, you're not going to use that back-to-back on Thursday and Friday. But you've already got that Friday in your pocket, guaranteed, if you're using a Warrior or a 76er. And Pods has been playing really well. He's been top 70, which is really good. And he's been popping off for a couple of games as well. So let's just keep our eye on him. He's not owned in a lot of leagues. And so Pods is probably one of my key ads there for that. And I love that for Pods. Working in for the Warriors for those 3 games and 4 nights from Tuesday to Friday this week. The big news is this, and why I mentioned Yabusele. 4 games in 6 nights. If you've got 2 streaming spots, this is incredibly valuable. These names here for the 76ers, Yabusele, we've got Martin, Gordon, Edwards, Boner, and Jackson. Now, this is the stream team as far as I'm concerned, because Martin's been out pending injury. So let's say he's out again. This is where Gordon and Edwards are really going to get that run, especially Yabusele as well. Especially because we know that we're never going to get a back-to-back out of Joel Embiid, and maybe something goes wrong with him. They're going to need to lean on him. Now, he will have good games. He will have bad games. It might be a totally head F. You might be just banging your head against a wall for Yabusele by the end of the week, or he could go on a little bit of a run. And he does tend to go on these runs, and that's what we want to really grab him for there. And that's where we use Yabusele for these 4 games and 6 nights. Great. That's if we've got like 2 spots, we're laughing. For the rest of the week, you've got 4 games from 1 ad. Sorted. That's nice. And things go awry. If it's not working out, it goes downhill quick. You can pivot because you've already got a couple of games in the bag while you make that decision, and you're saving your ads. Maybe you've only got 4 in your league. Maybe you've got 5, and that's what we want to do there. Now, those are our core streams for the week. We've gone over 20 names there. I think it was like a 25. Here are some of Mally's picks for this mini-sode. This is my boy Mally's. We've got some really fun little picks here. Now, Mally puts this together every single time, and he takes it so bloody seriously. as you should. As you should. This is fantasy. We do take it very, very seriously. But these are some names that I absolutely love from him. We've got Jared Vanderbilt in LA, Aaron Naismith in Indiana, Larry Nance Jr. in Charlotte, Gigi Jackson, Memphis, and Rob Dillingham in Minnesota. Now, these are not just contingent upon the week. It's contingent upon them returning into lineups, possible trade conversations as well. These are names that have been floated around for trade. Now, Larry Nance Jr. is a very interesting one because he has been out for a little bit. And so we're looking at him as a potential, like, does he come back? What does he do? Does he just go on? Gigi Jackson has been starting to click up in minutes as well. We love this for Gigi, so let's keep our eye on him. Last time out, 23 minutes, 15 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, 5 from 12 from the field. He's just gone out there and he's cracked more shots in 23 minutes than Desi Bain in 28, because obviously Bain's with the starters. Now that's funny, but Jaren Jackson Jr. with his 28 points, he did that in 30 minutes and on 14 shots. He was just getting to the line aggressively. And he knocked down 6 from 9 that game. Our good mate Gigi Jackson, 3 from 4. So he was actively getting to the line as well. We love that from him. Rob Dillingham is starting to show really nice flashes in Minnesota. They need him. They need to play a little bit better. And you know what? He has been playing. He's not rookie of the year contender by any way, but for me, he was one of my upside rookies. He's one of the rookies that I sort of like, you know what? This guy's going to play. And today, he's again shown exactly what he can do. He's come out there, 10 minutes, 5 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 steals. But the thing is that he stretches the floor for them and he just chips it in. And in deeper leagues, this is where Dillingham is important. Now, this is also important because Nickeil Alexander-Walker left the game with about a few minutes to spare. Now, if he is injured, the only other guy who's been really dependable off the bench for them has been Naz Reid. And today, they played in what was reasonably a somewhat close game with Atlanta. They only played they played a rotation of 9 players. The next player up for them is Rob Dillingham. So this is a really good shout by Mally, especially in deeper formats for him. Aaron Naismith in Indiana, will he regain that starting position? Now, it's all a matter of time with what they're going to do. And Rick Carlisle has been absolutely hand on his heart. He has said he could. And it's all about whose day is it. And it's almost like just a bit of a kumbaya about whose day is it. Benedict Mathurin started last game, but Naismith still played 20 minutes. Now, he played 20 minutes and 46 seconds, Aaron Naismith. Starter Benedict Mathurin, Eggs Benny, he played 21 minutes, 20 seconds. So these guys only had basically 30 seconds that split them. And in his 20 minutes, 9, 5, and 2, 4 from 7, 1 from 3 from deep. Aaron Naismith, for me, when he was thinking about coming back, I was picking him up in leagues and immediately stashing him to an IR spot and seeing where it could go. And if you were smart, you could have done that as well. Do that when these guys are out there. If you've got a spare IR spot, it's absolutely essential that you do that. Or if you've got a spare few bucks, make sure you jump down into the chat right now. Or the products, they're listed down below. You can click on products right now. It's the NBA Fantasy Wear limited edition live in the Insight web store. Jump on there, grab some of the gear. It is awesome, including the I Heart Fantasy Hoops tee, the All the Cool Kids Are Doing It. Love these tees. And fantasy basketball, your loved ones just don't understand, especially while you're staring at the phone the whole time and checking stats and being really frustrated, yelling, throwing things. It's a horrible thing. My wife tells me about it all the time. The other 5 guys that Mally had for us today, we're going to go on a little bit of a journey for. We've got Duncan Robinson, Keon Johnson, Musa Diabate, Josh Green, and Josh Okogie. 3 Charlotte Hornets. This is not a Charlotte Hornets love cast. It's not. They're an interesting case. LaMelo's just gone down. We've got Josh Green that needs to step up. We've got Josh Okogie is stepping up. We're going to go through these guys because it's very interesting to have a look at them. And we're going to start with Keon Johnson, though, because Keon Johnson is a nice little story right here. In the last couple of weeks, he's really starting to chip up. Now, he is not for the faint of heart. If you look at his field goals and his percentages, it is all over the place, between 560 and 200. It averages out over the past 2 weeks here to basically be around a 400 shooter here in the recent couple of weeks. And that's okay and fair, but he is starting to get minutes, and these are important. The low turnovers is really good. About 3 assists a game he's starting to come into. A steal a game is handy. And the 15 points a game in the last week is nice with the 1.83s and the 727 from the line here. Two of the other guys that Mally mentioned were these guys. Big Moose, Moussa Diabate. Now, he had a stinker today, as you can see in the game log and his minutes. And you can see where that trend is separate here. Because against the Lakers today, and he was absolutely, the Hornets were beasted. And I can't believe at the end of the day, though, that that game was still as decidedly close as it was, with Anthony Davis going thermo-freaking-nuclear. And I think he's going to do the same again tomorrow versus the 76ers. But this one was huge for him. 42, 23 rebounds, 23 freaking rebounds for AD. An absolutely massive double-double. And Diabate, he came off the bench. Now, Mark Williams didn't look that great. Only 5 from 13. Musa came in. He was up there. 10 minutes, 45 seconds. 4 points, 4 rebounds, and nothing else. But if you look at these last ones, these big rebounding efforts in here, and these little ones where you're getting a bit more minutes, this is, if he's getting these 29 minutes, this is why we're watching him. This is why we're going to pick him up. Now, he was dropped. I picked him up for today, hoping he could get me maybe 5 or 6 rebounds, especially coming in that second unit. It didn't play out that way. And the minutes were surprisingly low, especially when he was trending up from 21 to 29. But this is the interesting thing. The Saturday, Sunday, back-to-back. For me, he is the starter when Mark Williams is out, or if they shut Mark Williams down. This guy is the guy that we jump on. I used him for today. Bit disappointed. The 500 from the field is okay. But again, in a deep league like this one was, this is why you can claim him, because I picked him up and I dropped him today. I was hoping for maybe 8 points, 5 rebounds, and a couple of blocks. Maybe 1 block, because you can see that he's been chipping them in. Unfortunately, not even 1 steal or 1 block. But I really do like this shout from Mally, and I was also on the Moussa Diabate train. I picked him up, I've dropped him off, and guess what? I did that super quickly, so he's going to clear waivers, and come the time that I want him later in the week for this Saturday-Sunday matchup, he is going to be available here. The other guy who is going to be doing this as well is Josh Okogie. Now, here's one that I am absolutely flirting with adding to my team right now. And if you look at this game log in the minutes, he only played 25 minutes today, and he was an absolute bright spark for this team. Now, Miles Bridges is getting like the Miles Bridges show because it's what Miles Bridges does when LaMelo Ball is out. But LaMelo went down after only 8 minutes today. And Okogie, he stepped on up. 6 from 11. The free throw shooting has been improved, but the threes are there. The shooting is great. But this is what we're getting him for, the steals. Dyson Daniels-esque steals from a guy like Josh Okogie. We've always known the defense has been there. We just wanted him to put it together for a substantial role and get that opportunity. He didn't have it in Phoenix, but he's had it recently here in Charlotte, and I really want to watch him. If you look at this last week, 480 from the field, 765 from the free throw line, 1.8 threes a game, 12 points, 4 rebounds, almost 2 assists. The 3.3 steals is very attractive. And if you can pull that into your team this week for this back-to-back set that we've talked about later in the week, this is what we want to do against the Clippers in Denver. There is a pathway here, and we can pick him up in a couple of days' time and actually get him in for 3 games here. And this is going to be important. And this is why we love Josh Okogie. And again, absolutely love that shout from Mally being on his top 5 list. There it is, guys, in under 25 minutes, 30 plus must roster guys right now. Get on in it. Make sure you like and subscribe to all things that are Insight. I'm Matty G. You can find me at NBAGWiz, and you can find us at Insight F Sports, and also follow our new Instagram and do all of the things. Like and subscribe. We'll see you soon.